Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY and I'm super excited to be going live today to show you the November 2022 Craft Club project, plus 2 other projects that are absolutely adorable that you can do with the same stencil. So, as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle. Let me give you a quick little preview of the 2 other projects because they are super cute. We'll actually do one of those and then look at this. Don't look at the glue strings because I have a lot. Look at this adorable ornament. So there are just tons of things that you can do with Craft Club. And yeah, and also I wanted to show you this for no other reason except I think it was $20 and I got it at Michael's, I believe. I'm just absolutely loving this color, and it's kind of similar to the color in Craft Club. So let me show you what's in here. I'll push some of this stuff out of the way for a minute. My desk is a disaster. Okay, so this is November Craft Club. November for 2022. Let's see if I can cut this open. You're going to get in your box the jute to create, if you want, I have some other ideas too, a banner with these adorable trees. And look, this would look great together, I think. So you're going to get the jute, and how many pieces are one, 2? There's 8 trees, okay? And then you're going to get this stencil. I've cut mine apart and used it a couple times, like maybe 4 times already. This adorable tree, and then the word joy. And these stencils are reusable many times. And then you're going to get a kind of fancy squeegee, which I don't know. I can get excited about a squeegee. This is what it looks like. Isn't that cute? And then you'll get a package of coal black chalk paste. And we're going to get this fabric that we're going to rip. And you're going to get an instruction sheet. And there's a video. But what I want to say about this is what the banner can look like when it's all finished. So I'm going to show you a little bit of starting it. And then I'm going to show you the other projects that you can do, which are so darn cute. Okay, so let's just start at the very beginning. Okay, and I'm just getting one of these little dishes out to put my coal black chalk paste in. You could put it on a paper plate. Don't squeeze all of it out because chances are you won't need to use all of it, and you can save. You can seal up this little pouch with some tape, put it in a Ziploc baggie, and use it in the future for a future project. Okay, so this is it. And I am gonna fuzz my stencil. You always wanna write on the back what it is. So we're gonna do this one and this one. And I'm going to show you how, I get this question all the time, is it possible to use a stencil multiple times before washing? So like you use it, then you move it to another project, then you move it to another project. And my answer is yes, it is possible if it's small and if you don't have a bunch of medium, just clumps and lumps left on it. Then it is possible. So I'm going to fuzz this, and I'm just going to fuzz it on my t-shirt. You could fuzz it on a pair of jeans, or you could fuzz it on the tacky towel that Magnolia has. And let's just jump in. So I just put my little stencil over the top. Where did I put my fancy squeegee? Right here. And I'm gonna just grab some chalk paste and I'm gonna spread it over my stencil. If you have not joined Craft Club yet, let me tell you a little bit about it. Every month, it's a surprise. It's a new, completely different kind of a project. Sometimes they come with ink. Sometimes they come with chalk paste like this. This Craft Club with Magnolia, my Craft Club, also has a surface. So you're not just getting a couple stencils and a little pouch of chalk paste or whatever. And almost all of them have doodads, which I'm all about the doodads. Okay, so this is what that looks like. And I'm gonna pull it off and put my little tree aside, and we'll do it again. And I'm going to actually push it down on this surface with my squeegee. You don't need to go crazy and use a ton of chalk paste. And also, I want to tell you this one thing. A lot of times when your stencils come out kind of looking kind of fuzzy, like not crisp, that can be because you went over and over and over it too many times. Okay, so I'm just looking for any lumps, and I'm going to get a paper towel so I can get this off my fingers, not get it all over. Okay, and I'm going to do it one more time, and then we'll do the other one. I know it's hard to resist that urge to keep going, to keep on going over and over and over. But when you do that, sometimes what you're doing is you're pushing too much of your medium under the stencil, and then it kind of gets smeared everywhere, which isn't great. This is an adorable little plaid, or buffalo check, I don't know what you want to call that, stencil. I will definitely use it for a lot more projects. This year, and next year, and the year after. Okay, take this off. Okay, and I'm going to throw it in my little tub of water over here. Let's see if I can get this black off my fingers. What you would do, ideally, is you would do 4 trees in each style. Or you could, do an odd number, oops, and it's up to you. Okay, so this is brand new. I have not used it yet. I need a Sharpie. It says Joy. Looking at it, I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller because this seems very big to figure out where the Christmas tree is on it. And I'm most excited to show you this ornament idea. It kind of reminds me of a tassel. So stay with me. Okay, so I'm just going to fuzz it on my chest, on my stomach, and on my leg. Okay, and then I'm going to put it on my tree. This one's really not going to take much chalk paste at all. This is how I'm getting this all over my fingers because it's all over my squeegee. Dry! So let me tell you a little bit more about Craft Club. So every month you get a box with a surprise project. They do tell us at the very beginning of the month what it is. And it's going to always come roughly the same time. So if you want to join my Craft Club and you want to get your project early in the month, I suggest that you sign up for Craft Club early in the month instead of like the last day. It's $22.95 plus tax and shipping, of course. It includes a reusable stencil, a medium, either chalk, paste, or ink, the surface. There's doodads. There's a squeegee. Okay, so I've done 3. I'm going to throw this in my pot, in my tub over here. So I think it's the most generous craft club out there. And they ask you to commit to 3 months, and then after that you can stop doing craft club if you want, but I don't know why you would, because it's awesome. Okay, so let me see if I can push these up here and out. Oh, whoops, out of my way. Okay, I'm going to take these 2 trees that I have not stenciled to show you what you're going to do basically. Whoops, that's the wrong box. Okay, we got this fabric, and I'm going to tear it. I'm going to snip it and tear it, and then we'll put that on the jute. So you can make your little snips as wide as you want. I'm doing about 1 inch. This is a kind of fabric that would be probably okay to cut if you would like, because you can just follow the lines in the pattern. I like the kind of frayed look, and so I would tear it. So you get the idea. You're going to keep going with that. Set this over here. Okay, and then this is the jute. Do I have any tape in here? Probably not. You can make your banner as long as you want, or alternatively, you could make ornaments out of this, which would be super cute. So I'm going to just take my jute through one side. There's 2 holes on the top of each tree. And you could use the same jute to hang it if you wanted to do it like to make ornaments for your Christmas tree. And you could use these same stencils. You could add a bead if you wanted. There are a lot of different things that you could do. Okay, so I have 2 of these on here. I won't put the other ones on until they're fully dry. Okay, and then you're just going to take your little piece of checked black and white. This is how I like to do it. I'll fold it in half. Then I'm going to put this untangled here for a second. Wow, that's a lot of jute. So I make, it looks almost like that breast cancer kind of a shape. You put it over your jute and then you pull the tails through the loop. That's how I like to do it, but you could just tie them on if you want. I think they look neater this way. Let me do another one. In the video, they show having 2 of these long pieces of fabric in between each. Cut off some of these strings. In between each little tree. Okay. So I'm going to make that little breast cancer, that ribbon look, that shape. You see that? And I'm going to put my loop over the top and I'm going to pull my tails through. And then I will get them so that they're kind of straight and roughly about the same length. And I'm just going to pull it straight. And this is what that looks like. So this is the project. Once these are dry, I'll get these things on it and I'll get a picture. But now I want to show you some other things that you can do with this craft club project. So let me get some of this out of my way. All right. Just thinking, what can I do with my, I think I'm just going to scooch my trees off this little mat here because I don't want to get chalk paste on my next projects. Oops. And if you've been watching DIY Dreaming for any amount of time, then you know that I love stuffies. I love to make all kinds of different stuffies. Stuffies are just either canvas, duck cloth, or painter's drop cloth. 2 pieces glued around the edges and stuffed with polyfill or pillow fluff or whatever you have. Okay, so let's talk about these first. Before I came live, look at my fingers, I stenciled on some canvas this is ink. This one is the sparkling silver ink. This one right here is the gray, cool gray ink. I was doing 3 colors just to kind of make it fun. And then this is black. And I needed all of this to dry so I could assemble it in front of you. Okay. So then, I am using my Cool Shot Surebonder right here. Whenever you're doing stuffies, there is a really good chance that you're going to get hot glue on your fingers. So whenever I'm making stuffies, I always use my low temperature gluing device. And I'm just going to start up here at the top with a thin bead of hot glue. Oh, and several of you guys have asked me why I have been saying hot glue device or, you know, talking like that instead of saying the G-U-N word. And it's just because I heard that, and who knows if this is true or not, that a couple other crafters got their pages shut down for saying hot glue, G-U-N, and I don't want to risk that, so I'm trying to remember. It's a hot gluing device. Okay, so I'm just going to glue all the way around it. And then I'm going to grab some fluff from a pillow and we're going to stuff it And you can do this however. Hey Marcella, how are you? Tara says, oh goodness. I hope that's a oh goodness in a good way. So you can stuff your little stuffies as full as you like, whatever appeals to you. For this project, I did them kind of fat. Okay, and then we're using these dowels. I think these came from Walmart, but you can get them everywhere, really. Do look for the skinny ones though if you want to use a wood bead on them, because most wood beads don't have a super big hole. Okay, and I'm going to use my finger to sort of push a hole through the center of my fluff here. Put my little dowel in there. Push my fluff back in. Put a little bit of glue down here. Just stick my dowel in that. Okay, and then I want to warn you something. This fluff, this stuffing that we stuff these little trees with, if it gets hot glue on it and then it gets on your fingers, it gets extremely hot. I mean, seriously hot. So really push your, whether it's, whatever you're using, whether it's pillow fluff or polyfill, push it way up before you start to glue so that you don't have that happen. I have had that happen, and even with a low temperature gluing device, it hurts. Okay, and then to make my little things look like they all kind of go together, I just took some ribbon from Dollar Tree. It's grosgrain ribbon, 9 feet, this is black, and I cut some little snips. Where are they? Here they are. Let me tell you how long they are, because I know someone will ask. They are about 2.5 inches long, and I'm going to fold them in half so I can do that little easy dovetail. There's one. Is another. Okay, and then I know it's hard to see here with this black. I'm just going to crisscross applesauce them and glue them together. Scooch up a little bit. See, I've got hot glue on me already. Okay. And then I bought these pom-poms in black at Dollar Tree a few weeks ago, and they are perfect for this project. They're hard to get a hold of. Where did that go? Oh, it's right here. And I'm going to just glue a little pom-pom in the center. Super simple. Oh my gosh. And then we're going to glue it right here on the very top of our tree. And then I'm going to get a bead. I'll show you how to do that. And I think I have sitting over here somewhere. Yes, I do. This had, it had some Halloween stuff in it, which I took out, but I haven't unglued the thing around the way, so just ignore that. Okay. we need a bead. Most of these beads at this point came off of Christmas tree garlands that I have purchased at Walmart. It's a super affordable way to get your hands on some wood beads. Also, I don't know if you've been to Dollar Tree lately, but they are starting to carry wood beads too. Okay, and I may come back and make these shorter. You could do a whole forest of trees. And you could also do this project in absolutely any color that appeals to you, with any kind of little doodad on the top that appeals to you. And you could cut your dowels shorter, which I probably will before I finish this project up. And I'll get pictures of that. So what do you think? This is just canvas duck fabric that I craft with all the time. And I used the adorable stencil that came in my November Craft Club box to stencil. And I used ink on this project, okay? But I used chalk paste on a different project, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I use chalk paste on fabric, on these little ornaments that we're going to make, is because I wanted this specific color. I wanted this red. This is what I'm working with. And I wanted this sort of olive green color, and I didn't have that in ink, only in chalk paste. So I'm using chalk paste, but let's talk about that for a second. There's no way to make this permanent. No way to make chalk paste permanent on fabric so you can wash it. So don't use chalk paste on tea towels, t-shirts, table runners that could potentially get wet, tote bags, pillows, anything like that. For those projects, you must use ink, and you need to heat set it. But this is something that's going to hang on the Christmas tree, and it's not going to get touched a lot. It really isn't. So for this project, I used that same little stencil. I'm going to show you how to assemble this. And I stenciled in, this is called Old Glory Red. It's a great color. And olive. No, this is called Army Green. Sorry. It's a great color. Okay, and then I'm going to create a back for my little tree here, and I'll show you the whole thing of putting it together. I'm only pinning it down so that I can cut out the back and the front at the same time. But before I do that, I'm going to cut this out of this big piece of fabric. It'll be much easier to handle. Okay. All right, so here's our little tree. And you can cut as close or as far out as you want from the edge of the tree, with as much detail or not as you want. You can make the bottom be, have the little tree, the what do you call that? The root, or the bottom of the tree. You can make that stick out if you want. What's going on here? Front and back. Now, for this project, we need a hanger. So I'm just using stuff from this, which you guys, I've seen these. What do they call them? Trim bundles. There's 50 pieces. I've seen them at Michael's for a few years in all different colors. And I've always said, that's too much money. Because they're like around $19 or $20 unless you happen to stumble on a sale. But this time I saw these, I was like, I know I'll use all of this on a lot of different projects. So I grabbed it. I splurged. Okay, and these are the pieces that I used for the other thing. So I want a little bit of red. No, I want green to do my tie at the top. And this is what is going to hang it on a tree. Or if you did it bigger, you could put it on a knob, whatever you want. I'm gluing this to the back. Oops, I don't want that to fall over on itself just yet. I love this green velvet. Oh, it's just yummy. So that is the hanger for this one. And then we're going to start at the top and glue the two pieces together. Okay, then what I did with this one is I just cut a bunch of lengths, sticking out, of this trim pack. And let me see if I can remember how long they were. And I just doubled it. So I'll tell you how long this is. It's right about 11 inches. Okay, so here's my first one. And I just pulled a variety of different pieces of trim out of that package. This one. Hey Kathy, I see Kathy Cravens and Kathy Stoots. Jody says it's cute, thank you. I mean, this is, this was sort of an ornament style that I just kind of stumbled into, but I am definitely going to do some more projects with this idea. Sometimes, you know, you just do one thing and it leads you to a whole bunch of other fun ideas. And that's basically what happened here. Oh, that's perfect length. Did I already cut that? I must have. Okay. So then I'm just going to lay it out. However, it really does not matter. Oops. Okay, and then I got these this last week at Dollar Tree. Because the little zip ties that I had before are just so little, and I wanted to be able to do some zip tying that were bigger. So these were $1.25 nylon cable tiles. They work just great. And what you're going to do is you're just going to feed it underneath here in the center. Pull your little zipper in about the center, roughly. And then you're going to zip it super tight and cut off the tail, or most of it. Okay, this is what's going to be hanging down from the bottom of our ornament. So before I fill it and before I close it up, I am going to glue this to the bottom back of my little ornament. You can kind of spread the little pieces out a little bit if you want. Okay, then let's continue gluing. You could do this idea with any shape you want to cut out. Any stencil, Magnolia has a whole bunch of them that are smaller that you could make a shape, and you could do this idea, and then you can do this at the bottom. And I think it's adorable. So let's glue the other side. The other thing is, if you know how to sew, you can do this with a sewing machine, or even by hand if you want. I usually show how to do these projects with hot glue because I know not everyone can sew or has access to a sewing machine. And I want everyone to be able to do these crafts. Okay, is this enough fluff? I don't think it's going to be. Let me let this glue dry. Okay. Well, it might be. Maybe. I think it is. I think it's going to be even more than what I need. Okay, so I'm going to push it way up in here, and then we can arrange it later. Also, we can trim our tails so they're all about the same length, and so they have nice ends on them. And now I'm just going to put the glue on the bottom of this tree and push it down and close it over the top of all these pieces of trim. So here was the first one I made. This one I do seem to have spread it out more. And then I just took some pieces of this trim that I still had, and I did that crisscross thing. If I was going to be making this exact project for my house, I could use all the same stencil, canvas, everything, but I would probably do it in more muted colors, because that's just how I decorate my house. But if you, for example, love purples and teal, or you're having a pink Christmas, you could totally do this project in whatever colors you want. Oh my word, I have glue strings everywhere. This is why you need to use a low temperature hot glue. And then I'm just going to put it at the top of my tree. And I'll probably cut it smaller because that does look a little big. And here you go. Look at these cute ornaments. Aren't they adorable? So if you hopped on late, let me tell you what it is. And then let's talk about these. And I have my clippers out. Let's try cutting them shorter. Okay, so the project, this Christmas tree in Buffalo stencil came from the November 2022 Craft Club box. And with it, we're making an adorable banner that has 8 little Christmas trees on it. Some of them have this, and some of them have the word joy. And then we have this gingham, this black gingham that we're tearing and putting on the banner. So I showed you that, and I will finish it off camera. Then I showed you how I made these. These are just dowels, nothing super fancy about them. I'll show you what they look like. You can find them. I believe these came from Walmart, but you can get dowels everywhere. And for this one, I used ink in 3 colors, in black, gray, and glittering silver. And then I made this little detail up here to sort of pull them, make them all kind of tie together. Let me cut this one. So I did the same thing at the top, but I just changed up the colors. And then I put a wood bead on the top of my dowel. Okay. And I think they're going to look much better short. So isn't that cute? You could do a whole forest of them. And then the last thing I showed was how to make these adorable ornaments. This is Army Green chalk paste, and this is Old Glory Red chalk paste. Same stencil, same fabric. And for this one, I used one of these trim bundles from Michaels that were those colors. And that's what we did today. So I hope you liked it. I would love to have you join my craft club. If you haven't joined yet, just say craft club or something like that in the comments, and I will get you a direct link. You're going to get a box every month filled with everything you need to do a whole project, even the surface. And a lot of other clubs out there, craft clubs, you just get a stencil and a packet or 2 of ink or chalk paste. But these come with everything. I want to show you October real quick too, because I just got this, and I want to tell you one thing about this. This was October 2022, and it was delayed. It was delayed by Hurricane Ian because the ship that was carrying these awesome felt balls, you guys look how nice they are, it got rerouted. So instead of going into Charleston, it got rerouted to New York. Look at those. And then the port workers were overwhelmed by how many ships had been rerouted there, and they wouldn't unload it so that Magnolia could take possession of it for 2 or 3 weeks. So that's the reason for the delay. I'm sorry, that was my son calling. This is the surface, and then the stencils are, my favorite color is autumn, and then this piece here says I love fall most of all. And then it has a squeegee and the paste. So I think everybody's craft club box for October was delayed, and Magnolia has a little something to offer you to say sorry. And what it is you can, sometime before the end of the month, you can hop onto my website, which is magnoliadiy.com, do your order, whatever you would like, and when you go to checkout, there will be a box and you should have an email with the code. There will be a box for you to add a 5x7 stencil into your cart that will be free. So I just wanted to show you some examples. For unto us is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord, Luke 2:11. Fresh cut trees, cuter than a Christmas cookie, joy to the world, dashing through the snow. Over here. Oh, this one's cute. But I don't know if this was part of a two-piece thing. Anyways, it's a free 5x7 stencil. So you don't put it in your cart while you're shopping. You go to checkout, and then on the checkout page, you enter the code, which Magnolia has sent everyone an email with this secret code. You enter that in the box, and that one 5x7 stencil will be free, just because they want to say they're sorry that this happened, that this awesome October kit was so delayed. Of course, there's nothing Magnolia could have done to prevent the hurricane. And people had a lot bigger problems than just having these little felt balls be delayed. So, let me know if you want to have information about Craft Club. We've done so many different things. Oh my goodness, let me show you two. We made the cutest little Easter bunny banner. This was 1 month. It even had the embroidery hoop and the muslin. And this was another month. It had this adorable stencil that says, Baker's Gonna Bake. And the ink, it had 2 colors of the ink, and it included the apron. I added some little doodads onto mine, like a ruffle at the bottom. So it's something different every month. And if you have never stenciled before, it's a great way to start to build a stash of stencils that you can reuse many, many, many times. Anyways, that's what I wanted to tell you. Let me know if you want information. I can just give you a link, and you can go to that page in my website and look and see what you think. Let me know if you need anything else, if you have questions, if you want a link to a different stencil. Look how cute these are. These are my favorite. I'll get the whole Craft Club project put together, and I'll put it on my mantle, and I'll take pictures. So be looking for those later. And if you haven't, okay, so Charlotte says, what if you don't do email? Well, Charlotte, give Magnolia a call, because I don't have the code. Their phone number is 970-404-5383. Give them a call and tell them that you're a member of Craft Club, that you don't do email, and ask them what the code is for the free stencil, the free 5x7 stencil. And it's just one, and it's only applies to the 5x7s. Anyways, ask them. Okie dokie. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of the day. Let me know if I can help you with anything. And I will get pictures posted. I will see you tomorrow for something fun. I don't know what it will be. I have multiple things in progress here. But it'll be something fun, and I try to mix things up. Oh, this is one thing that I have been trying to figure out. And I'm not quite there, so I'm not going to do this project just yet. But this is modeling paste. And this is just a Dollar Tree flat canvas, and it's gilding and paint. So anyways, that's just one example. I mean, another example is one day we did these little tulle Christmas trees. Oh gosh, and then this was super fun. Let me show you these. And then I'll stop talking. Look at these. Aren't those cute? Another time I showed you guys how to make these little stuffed reindeer with hot glue. So it's always something different. I don't just do the same thing over and over and over, and I'd love for you to like and follow my page and tell your friends about it. Sprinkle if you would like. And that's it. Okay, see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day.